The night I followed the dog by Neil Aiden. I have a dog.
Nothing exotic or special, just an ordinary dog.
In fact, I always thought he was a boring dog.
What I mean is,
He can fetch, roll over, and shake hands. But mostly, he sleeps and eats.
brr.
I used
You'd think that our next door neighbors
had the best dog in the world! Their dogs can
sing.
and shake the channels on the TV.
Their
dogs
dogs
always
always
smell
smell
the bees cold.
I don't think their dog's so great now.
Not since I followed my dog. Every night I let my dog out and he runs off into the darkness with his tail wagging.
The next morning, I let him in, and he heads straight for the food bowl.
But one morning, I knew something was funny when I opened the door a little bit earlier than usual.
And I saw my dog jump out of a limousine.
Wearing a tuxedo!
Before I could look twice.
He disappeared into the backyard. I opened the kitchen door and whistled.
When he came in, he was the same as he always is.
Hungry! I really wasn't sure that I had believed what I had seen. So that night, I decided to follow him. I wore dark clothing so I would not be noticed.
And I left my bicycle near the door, spotted close by. When I let the dog out, I slipped out too.
I took out the garbage so he wouldn't suspect anything. The dog went straight to his doghouse. I saw a light go inside.
Slowly, I snuck around the backyard and peeked into the doghouse.
This was not the doghouse.
Inside there was a living room,
A bathroom and a huge closet full of fancy clothes. The dog was in the bathroom.
He was wearing a tuxedo and fumbling with the bow tie.
When he came out, he casually walked out of the doghouse
Across the yard.
and down the street. I grabbed my bicycle and followed him. 2 blocks later, I saw a limousine pull over.
The dog got in and the car took off.
I started pedaling faster. The car headed across town. I thought I would lose him, but luckily, they were stopped by a few red lights. After a while, I found myself in a part of town that I had never seen before. The buildings all seemed empty, and it was very quiet. The limousine stopped.
I hid and watched my dog get out. He disappeared into a building and the limousine pulled away.
There was nothing on the outside of the building, just 2 brass fire hydrants on either side of the entrance. I opened the door.
At the end of the hall, there was a neon sign that said,
The doghouse. I crept closer.
It looked like some kind of club. I decided to get a close look. The moment I opened the door,
2 male-looking bulldogs appeared and said, "You can't come in here!" I didn't know what to say, so I said,
Bubba, I saw my dog. I think my dog's in here.
Just then, my dog walked over and said, "It's okay, boys. He's with me." The bulldog said, "Sure, boss. Whatever you say, boss." For a minute, that seemed like forever. I waited.
Then my dog said,
I knew you'd find out eventually. Well, now you know. This is my place.
I looked around. Finally, I asked, what is this place? Then my dog said,
This is a place for dogs who have a hard day. It's a place where we can relax. It's a place where we can talk about problems with the mailman or the people next door. See all the sofas? We can sit on the sofas here. We can get used to having to lie down, roll over, or play dead. And if we want to chew in our shoe or chase our tail, no one will stop us.
we have no masters here, no leashes, and no rows of newspapers.
This is the place where dogs can be dogs.
We sat down.
A cocker spaniel came by and asked if I would like a bowl of water.
Or some biscuits. Little by little, dogs of all kinds started coming in.
Some danced, some talked. They all looked at me a little funny.
But when they saw who I was with, they smiled and shook my hand.
At one point, my dog waved to an Afghan with the camera. She came to our table and took a picture of us together. Being with my dog made me feel like a movie star.
Just then, when I was really starting to enjoy myself,
I looked at my watch.
I told my dog I'd sleep,
Or I'd get in trouble. He nodded.
I think he was about to say something.
The glamorous greyhound grabbed his paw and wished him onto the dashboard.
As he was getting up, he tossed me the photo of the 2 of us. Then he bowed slightly and disappeared into the crowd. It was way past my bedtime.
As I pedaled home into the cool night, I thought to myself, now I'm really going to be in the doghouse. But then again, am I going to be so bad?
The end.
4:37.